Bring up the holy hand grenade.
I wanted to make the holy hand grenade of Antioch prop used in the movie Monty Python and the Holy Grail. Except I wanted a holy hand grenade that talked, one that actually gave specific oral instructions from the Book of Armaments.
Bring up the holy hand grenade.
I decided to use a Thingiverse version of the hand grenade, one that was created by Gus Ohm. The Thingiverse thing number is 4945997. I used an Ender 3 Pro printer set at 0.16 resolution with 25% infill for the two hemispheres. The cross was printed at 100% infill. Filaments used were CC3D Silk Copper PLA and Novameka Clear PETG. I only used the PETG because I had it on hand. PLA would have been fine. Also, 20% infill would have been fine. The clear PETG filament ended up giving both the crest and cross a frosted crystal look. I decided to place a button on the bottom of the hand grenade to trigger the voice. Another option is to rig it up so that pulling the pin triggers the voice. A user named Vineyard did a remix of this model and added an extension of the cross so that it could act like a pin on the grenade. His remix is thing number 5220411. You would need to do some extra crafting in order to rig it so that pulling the cross pin triggers the audio. I selected this particular Poker T voice module because it's powered by 3 cheap AAA batteries instead of the more expensive button types. Plus, the AAA batteries should last longer. It's plenty loud enough if you record the audio properly. It has one button for record. You click the button attached to the red wires, then click again to stop recording. I recorded the audio by playing the sound file back into some headphones with the voice recorder microphone situated in one of the earmuffs. After you get the audio recorded, be careful not to accidentally click the record button again. I sealed my record button up in a tiny plastic box with tape so it could not be accidentally pressed. You could also just sever one of the red wires once you are happy with the recording. The second button, attached to the black wires, is for playback. With this particular sound module, the recording will repeat until you click the playback button once again. The movie soundtrack clip was recorded with Reaper, and it was edited to be 28 seconds long, since the voice mechanism I chose had a 30-second limit. I made a couple of modifications to the original Thingiverse files using Tinkercad. The top of the globe and the crest were left unchanged. The bottom part of the globe was adjusted to make an 8mm deep cavity on the bottom in order to accommodate the voice box switch. The old floor had to be removed and a new floor installed to accomplish this. I added some holes to the new floor to let the sound out. Also, a rectangular hole was added so the trigger button from the voice mechanism could be passed from the inside to the outside. I added a cutout to the face of the cross to make a flat surface wide enough to accommodate some 9mm plastic toy jewels. I think the flat cutout actually improves the look of the cross. This was also done with Tinkercad. The original Thingiverse file was designed so you could attach the cross with 2 magnets. I simply wanted to glue mine together, so a small round plug was added to the bottom of the cross to make it easier to glue the cross into the top of the crest with superglue. Note that this additional plug will need support when printing if it is added to the model. Also, the new recessed base will also need support. The crest and the top hemisphere can be printed without any support. A link to the plastic toy jewels and also the voice recorder mechanism is provided below. The only other items needed were sandpaper, superglue, and a hot glue gun. The parts were fitted into the globe and the speaker was attached to the inside bottom with hot glue. The playback button was routed out through the rectangular hole in the bottom, then glued in place with hot glue. The crest turned out to be a tight and perfect fit on the globe, with the connecting outside edges of the top hemisphere had to be carefully sanded on the outer edges to let the crest pass over the seam. Once the crest was fitted on, it hides the seam and the sanding between the two hemispheres perfectly. Thanks for watching.